What's going on, guys? I'm Jeff, the Yoshi Fanatic, and welcome to part 8, hopefully the finale, of Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Guys, we got the difficult to stand and tedious part of the game out of the way last stream, at least I hope we did. And this stream, we are going to hopefully finish the game. So, yeah, I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Presley, Aurora, Golden Guy, and Drip Nova. How are you guys? Is this the Krusty Krab?
No, this is the Yoshi Fanatic.
Okay, so, real quick. I did some thinking. And a little bit of Google searching. And it seems that in order to get the good ending for this game, I need to have collected at least 75% of the items. I'm currently sitting at a nice 69%. So I think we ought to take a little bit of time and try and find some of the other collectibles in the game. And given that, hang on, where's my map? How do I access my map? Alright. Given that, I have the, what is it? It's a map that shows, where a bunch of the, items that I missed are. I'm thinking that we might be able to make fairly short work of it. This is not one of the areas that I have that map for. Back to world map. I'm not a Metroid fan, but I'll stay for a little bit. Sounds good, Presley. Sounds good. There's one item there, one item there. Unacquired item. Don't know if I care about that one. But yeah, how was everybody's week? How are you all doing? I hope you're doing great. Volt Forge, I don't think I have. Was it the mines? It might have been the mines. No? No, that's Chrono Tower, my bad. I think it was the Great Mines. Yes. Yes, it's the Great Mines that I should be able to find a decent amount of items for. This might even get me to the 75% by itself. Hey, Blues Cat, welcome to the stream. Working on creating a rig for a new animation. Ooh, very nice. How's that going? Things are alright. That's good to hear, good to hear. It's been fine. I got sick for 3 days. I'm sorry that you got sick. But I'm glad to hear that it was only for 3 days, friend. That's good. It's snowing outside, but I'm doing great. Golden Guy, that's good to hear, Blues Cat. My internet USB stick decided to pull a middle finger yesterday and decided to stop working, and the computer cannot connect to the internet now. Oh, jeez. An internet USB stick, huh? Been running off of Wi-Fi over USB then, I presume? I'm sorry that that's giving you issues, friend. Well, let's say we go to the mines and try to find some of the items that we've not found yet and get ourselves up to that illustrious 75% before we move on and try to finish the game. I think that's a decent idea. Besides, it sounds like the rest of the or the finale of the game will only take around an hour, maybe closer to an hour and a half for me. The kids yearn for the mines. That's right. I didn't want to make the joke, so I'm glad that someone else made the joke for me. But yeah, I think that that'll probably take us to the 3-hour mark. It should work out fairly nicely. Knock on wood. My desk is wood, so that works. I think it's real wood. It looks like real wood. It feels like real wood. Hi! Welcome to the stream, LP. How are you doing? Welcome to, hopefully, the finale of Metroid Prime 4. How are you doing? Presley says, I'm still debating on getting the Epic Mickey rebrush because I already have the first two on Dolphin. Well, I'll tell you, I think you can get a pretty good deal for it, especially if you want to wait until closer to Black Friday. Like, how much is the game now? Let me see. Epic Mickey rebrushed. If I were to go shopping for it, seems like you can get it for $35 at Best Buy. It's around $40. $30 on Switch, but that's on Kingslayer games. Yeah, I mean, it's looking like around 40 bucks. I'm sure that you could find it at a better discount on Black Friday or at various random sales throughout the year. So, yeah, I mean, just look for a sale and maybe pick it up. Maybe pick it up, maybe don't. I've thought about picking it up. I love Epic Mickey. I have no idea how I'm doing, to be honest. I slept for 18 hours. Yes, that's not a typo. Whoa. I presume that you were lacking sleep or behind on your sleep cycles. Primarily because of these lives. Well, probably due in no small part to these live streams anyway. But I hope that you, I hope that that amount of sleep helped you feel better, friend. Hello, JP. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the finale of Metroid Prime 4. Hopefully, anyway. How are you doing, friend? On Steam, it's like $19.99 on sale. Okay, short and sweet. I can appreciate that. $19.99 on sale on Steam. Well, there you go. If you want it on Steam. Personally, I'd probably get it on the Switch, but that's just me. I just prefer having games on my Switch. But, you know, to each their own. Steam is also a good place to game, especially if you're thinking about getting a Steam Deck or equivalent handheld PC at any time in the near future. I am. Probably won't, but I'm thinking about it. Nope, I wasn't. I just couldn't stop falling asleep repeatedly for 3 days, and I ended that with 18 hours of sleep at once, because I didn't count the countless naps that I took before. Wow. Well, I hope you're feeling better anyway. Let me guess, you slept like 2 hours recently? Says Golden Guy. That's what I'm thinking. Doing okay. Ready to rest a little after a busy work week, says JP. Yeah, it's the weekend, and I hope that you can get some time to recuperate, friend. I hear that. Work can be a pain sometimes. Forrest Fox says, long time no see, chat. What's going on, Forrest? Welcome to the stream. How are you doing, friend? Welcome. It has been some time. Welcome to the finale of Metroid Prime 4. I've been doing the paint path on the OG on Dolphin Emulator. You know, I never could get Wii games to work super well on Dolphin Emulator. I just can't get the motion controls right. I'm finally no longer constantly sleepy though, so that's good. Yeah, that's definitely a good change for sure. Okay, let's hop a Viola. If I can remember which button it is to get off a Viola. Oh. The elevator goes to multiple destinations. That's neat. You'll be glad to know I've been making more progress on that Mario Galaxy movie poster I shared last week. Yeah, I'm very happy to hear that. That was great. That one that was like a kind of a reference to the Ice Age Dawn of the Dinosaurs? Or is it a different one? Were you using a real Wii remote on Dolphin? That's the thing. I cannot get my Wii remote to connect to my computer for whatever reason. I know I've got Bluetooth on my computer. I got a motherboard that has the M.2 slot for Wi-Fi/Bluetooth chips, and I did indeed get one of those. Works perfectly good with my controllers and my headphones, so don't know why it won't work with my Wii remote. I haven't figured that out yet. Okay, there's an unacquired item back there. You're right, from that third Ice Age movie, lol, that's awesome. I use my phone for a Dolphin emulator, which is how I got to play Wii games since I can drag my finger. Well, I suppose that works, but how does shaking the Wii remote work for you? Or do you have that, like, mapped to a button? Think you need a dolphin bar? A dolphin bar? I never got it to work on Windows, but I got it to work on Linux, so I don't know. Might be a driver thing. A dolphin bar. I've never heard of that. I want to play Super Mario Galaxy for a Let's Play series, but my Wii U's power connection cable is being weird. Oof. That stinks, friend. I'm sorry. I don't really know what else to tell you. Like, that stinks. It sucks when hardware starts to go. I don't think I should jump down there. Just got a feeling. So, apparently there's an unacquired item up there somewhere. That just looks like a wall to me. Am I already starting off on a rough sort of note? How do I get up there? I'm a little confused. You can shake your phone. The dolphin bar is the Wii sensor bar for dolphin. I didn't even know they made those. Normal elevator operations have resumed and its recall terminal is now operational. Well, I really don't know. There's an item up there, and I don't know how to get up there. But isn't the sensor bar just two IR LEDs? Yeah. Yeah. Because the Wii remote has an IR blaster, and that's pretty much the extent of it. Oh, you know what? I know how I get up there. Okay. If I can find a spot to grapple onto, then we'll be in business, baby. Or maybe I don't even need that. Yeah, no, we're good. We're good. Just had to collect my bearings. I'll figure it out eventually. There it is, I see it. What are your thoughts on the new Nintendo Direct? The Partner Direct? Okay. So, a little while ago on stream, I kind of shared that my taste in video games has been, it's been roundly truncated. Yeah, I'll say that, truncated. What I mean by that is, I don't play as many games as I used to anymore. And especially not the variety of games I used to play anymore. And that's just a consequence of, you know, getting older. There's a point to this preamble, I promise. And that's just a consequence of getting older, not really having time for many of the hobbies that I would like to spend more time doing. It's just not in the cards for me anymore. That said, the games that I like to play now and the games that I am most interested in are Nintendo first-party games and some indie games, like the ones that grab my attention. So that Partner Direct was not a direct that I was particularly really all that interested in. I watched the whole thing. There were some good announcements for sure. Well, there were some good games at the Direct, I should say. A lot of them we already knew about. I think that was one of the biggest problems with that Direct is that we already knew about a lot of that stuff. Like, it opened with Orbitals, right? Which is a co-op two-player game. Split screen, like Split Fiction, or It Takes Two, or whatever the first game was, I forget. So we already knew about that. That was at the Game Awards, and I didn't remember that it was going to be a Nintendo exclusive. I did not realize that, but that's, you know, we already knew about that. We already knew about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. We already knew about Resident Evil Requiem, and like, those are all great games that I'm super stoked are coming to the Switch too. Resident Evil Requiem, notably, is releasing day and day with other consoles. That's awesome. Same thing with what was that one? Goodness, I can't remember. It was the one with that like AI robot girl and that guy in like the space suit looking thing, and they're fighting these robots and whatnot. Pragmata, that's it. That looks like a good game, and you know, it's great that it's coming to the Switch too. We already knew that though. Okay, and then other games that have been on other consoles for quite some time, right? Like what? Like any of the games that Bethesda announced. I think you're starting to get my point. Is that, well, you've probably already had that point, and I'm just belaboring the point. The point is that there weren't any super exciting, like, well, not many super exciting big new announcements that we didn't already know about before. There wasn't anything that really gave that wow factor. The wow factor came from the fact that these games actually look good on Switch too, right? Like, comparable to other current gen consoles, which is great. That's fantastic. So, I don't know, there wasn't anything that really blew our socks off, or... Oh boy. I guess that's just it. There wasn't really anything to get us super excited, anything super new, and there certainly wasn't anything like, you know, first party. It was a partner direct. So, yeah, wasn't super excited about the direct. Not to say that there's not good stuff coming to the Switch too, not to say that there weren't good things shown at the direct. It's just not super exciting, you know? But that's just me. What do you guys think? I still think a general direct could happen either later this month or next month, says JP. That would be nice. That would be nice. Assuming Nintendo has enough to announce. Otherwise, they might just keep what they're doing and just, you know, show off a trailer every once in a while. Kind of like what they've been doing with, what were the trailers that came out recently? I know there was a Tomodachi Life Direct. I don't know. They've been doing smaller announcements and smaller stuff like that. That just, you know, I don't know if there's going to be a general direct, and if there will be, I'll be happy to watch it for sure. I hope Nintendo has more for us, more down the pipe for us, but I guess we'll see. I'm excited for Super Bomberman Collection, says Blues Cat. Yeah, that probably was the thing that I was the most, not interested in playing, but that was the one that I don't think I had seen announced. And the one that I was like, ooh, that's cool. It was really good to see that. Something exciting, you know? Honestly, I stopped watching Nintendo Direct. Not just indie and partner, I used to wake up early for them. But even if there was a good game, it was usually leaked before the Direct. And... yeah, and, Presley says, I love my YouTube Premium. I can listen while doing other stuff. I don't have YouTube Premium. I just, like, turn my phone screen, like, all brightness down, or, like, flip my screen on my phone on its face if I just want to listen. Anyway, yeah, no, I understand that, Forrest. That's been a big problem with Nintendo Directs in the last few years anyway, and really any showcase is that stuff gets leaked out way too early. And it's like, does nobody appreciate a good surprise anymore? It's really annoying that we can't go 5 minutes without having something leaked or spoiled or whatnot. You know, it really does suck. Like, I'm not perpetually online as much as I used to be these days. Like, I certainly still watch YouTube videos and stuff like that, but I try very hard to avoid leaks, avoid spoilers and that kind of thing. And whenever I watch a Nintendo Direct these days and, like, you know, something shows up and I'm like, oh, cool. And then everyone else is like, yeah, we already knew about that. It leaked out like 3 days ago. And I'm like, oh. I mean, like, it's more exciting for me in the moment when, like, you know, I avoid the leaks. If I'm able to do that, then that helps me a lot. But, yeah. I get that that's tough. I patched the YouTube app for that stuff. Lol says LP. Very good, very good. I wish I could do that. I've discovered an old 90s sitcom called Dinosaurs, and it's become my new hyperfixation. Everyone's puppeteered dinosaurs' costumes, but are surprisingly complex in facial range. The writing and humor is surprisingly good too. I can't get over how some weird sitcom dinosaur show has me swayed by its charm so much. Sadly, full episodes are all on Disney+, but yeah, that's been my week. Says J-Dog. That is quite the deep dive. Well, I'm glad you're having fun with that. Welcome to the stream, J-Dog. How are you? Blues Cat says, leakers love ruining surprises. I love being surprised. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Like, it sucks when stuff gets leaked out. What is this? It has to be a, Yep. Right, I turned it into a moat. So come here, I'll just chuck you. Forrest says, honestly, last time I decided I'm saving up for this game was Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection, and that's more for sentimental reasons. And that's fair. Kind of falling out of the whole new games craze, I see. That's fine. Like, I can't say I'm in the same boat. When there's a new Nintendo first-party game that I'm excited for, more than likely I'm gonna buy it pretty much right when it comes out. But, you know, again, that's first-party games that I'm very excited for. Generally, I don't buy a lot of new games. I think I bought, like, well, last year was bad. I bought, like, quite a few games, probably, like, 8 or 9. But, yeah, generally, you know, less than 10. How many games did I buy last year? None of them were full MSRP, by the way. I bought most of them on, like, eBay. It was a lot of physical copies of, It was a lot of physical copies of like indie games like Cuphead and Shovel Knight and Ori and the Blind Forest. My goodness, where's my spreadsheet? I have a spreadsheet for things like this. It's my where is it? Jeff's video game collection. How many games did I buy last year? Pretty much all of them were on the Switch. Holy, okay. I stand corrected. I bought, how many did I buy? 13 games. And how much money did I spend on that? About 300 bucks. Okay, well, it was a pretty bad year for me this last year, I have to admit. Cuphead, Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, Hollow Knight Silksong, Ori and the Blind Forest, Pac-Man World Repack 1 and 2 for the Switch, Pepper Grinder, Shovel Knight Treasure Trove, Solar Ash, Sonic Team Racing for JJ's birthday, TMNT, Shredder's Revenge, Tomb Raider 1 through 3 remastered, and Tomb Raider 4 through 6 remastered. Did I buy anything on any of the other consoles? I'm curious now. I don't think I did. Oh, right, Switch 2. Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, and Metroid Prime 4. So that's 16 games. Tomb Raider 4 through 6 remastered on the PS4. Okay, 17 games. Jeez. I went crazier last year than I thought. My goodness. Okay. I got a problem. Oh my goodness. Oh, I can get excited for the first party games, but the only one I currently want is the Switch 2 exclusive. It's Kirby Air Riders, says Forrest. That's a good pick. If you're using Android, you can use something like Revanced or a completely different client like NewPipe. On iOS, I don't know if you can do any of that. Well, lucky for me, I'm on Android. JP says that footage of movie Yoshi on the bobsled was fun. It was fun. I thought it was a little silly that they really didn't want to like record any new voice lines for that commercial, just because, well, you could tell that they reused it from that snippet that they shared in Nintendo Today and on Twitter of Yoshi like a week or two ago. But that's okay. It was still cute. The animation was super cute. My to-do list of games to play or books to read is embarrassingly extensive, says Jake. Oh yeah, me too. I hear you. Not books, just games. I have like 20 games in my backlog, at least. Welcome to the stream, Jake. How are you? Alright, let's continue. I alerted a bunch of grievers to my presence. And now I need to shoot them until they're died. Good grammar, Jeff. Until they're died. Okay, or until I'm died. Okay, I don't know where I am anymore. Okay. Reminder to Jeff, don't use missiles on these guys. It would be, that would not be good for my health. Hello, Griever. Preach, Jake's Forest. Embarrassingly extensive is a really good adjective for my backlog. I've got so many. I've got a running spreadsheet of them, too. Jake, I've actually shown you my spreadsheet of backlogged games. Like you said, embarrassingly extensive. Now, where am I? Can3 says, hey Jeff, Splat God here, Splat God. I've decided to take a more personal take on my channel. So I changed my channel to my actual name, slightly edited, and I talk about stuff I like, what I find interesting, etc. And there you go. Interesting. I hope that goes well for you, friend. Welcome to the stream. I do not want to blow up these hornet nests with bombs or with missiles, because that would alert the grievers to my presence. Well, not like they don't already know I'm here. The only movies I want to get ready to see are Bad Guys 3 and Mario Galaxy movie, along with FNAF 3. There you go. Yeah, I'm really excited for the Mario Galaxy movie. I really am. And we've only got like 2 months left. Not even 2 months. Not too much longer now, guys, until the Mario Galaxy movie's out. And I am absolutely thrilled. My goodness, the Metroid universe has never looked so good. This is Forrest. Yeah, that's definitely one of the things we can say is a positive about this game. Absolutely a strength. Is, man, it looks really, really good. And this is on the Switch 1, by the way. For anyone who hasn't tuned into the streams in a bit, I've pretty much dedicated myself to the idea of any games that are available on the Switch 1 or Switch 2, I will be streaming the Switch 1 version, just to show that a lot of these experiences you can still get on Switch 1. That's, like, if you didn't want to upgrade, there's no shortage of experiences you can have. Absolutely not. Plenty of stuff you can still play on the Switch 1. I think you will know me better as SKL. Oh yeah, don't worry. It was no shock that you are SKL. I figured. Okay. J-Dog says, Nintendo Twitter has been on this back and forth fight. Half the community feels malnourished by no new game news, while the other half bashes the first half and tells them to be patient. Objectively, first half of the year does have plenty of games, but I can understand wanting big hitters. No, we love Yoshi in this house, but I really don't think a lot of people are too thrilled about his new game, since a public perception of his recent games are baby game. I've seen some fairly positive outlooks on the new game, like mostly his art style. Like, a lot of people are talking about how gorgeous the game is. And I would say gorgeous is a bit of an overstatement, but it does look really nice. But yeah, no, Yoshi in the Mysterious Book certainly isn't the heavy hitter that Nintendo needs right now, and what the fans are looking for. You're absolutely right. And I think, you know, a lot of people who are saying that there's like nothing to play on the Switch 2, one, I think that they're being a little bit, or they're expressing a lot of hyperbole, I would say, because there's a ton of stuff to play on the Switch 2. It just isn't all the first-party stuff. Honestly, third-party support for the Switch 2 has been great. Just seeing how the third-party developers are supporting the Switch 2 is fantastic. I love to see it. Just that partner direct. I know I was talking negative about it, but in all actuality, like, it's a good sign that there are so many developers that want to be putting their game on the Switch 2, not only just in general, but also pretty early, if you think about it. It is really promising, if you ask me. And if there's any games that you missed on the Switch 1 that you would want to play, I mean, surely there's a decent amount. Like, the Switch 1 has something like 17 or 18,000 games on it, and even if only like 10% of those are actually good and worth playing, we're talking about 1,700 games here. Like, the Switch 1 had a ridiculous library. So, I think, like, if you've got a Switch 2 and you're hungry for something to play, this might not be the best, like, thing to say. Like, this might not be, like, the best, like, you know, thing to tell people who are waiting for big, new, exciting Switch 2 games, but it's not like there's nothing to play. Yeah, I know people are looking for the new 3D Mario, or the new Zelda, or what have you. The next Splatoon game, I don't know. I think that there is merit to the half of the people on Twitter telling the other half of the Nintendo fandom to be patient. I really do think that there is some merit to that. This Metroid, apart from the soul and desert, is like Doom meets Starship Troopers. That's an interesting phraseology for it, but I'm down for it. I think them showing Yoshi being able to befriend dandelions to crumble rocks is kind of the equivalent to them showing how Samus's new ability could open doors. In that it's not the most exciting thing to showcase. Yeah, I can see that. They probably just showed that because it's like the first thing. I'm sure that there will be plenty of exciting interactions. I'm already happy with what we've seen so far. Not that, like, I don't expect that there will be more and more exciting stuff. I think I've just got some... I'm optimistic for the game. I'll say that. I'm optimistic for the game. Escape from Ever After is one of those that got a Switch 2 port. Hey, there you go. Like, they should probably lean into the really cool aspects of the new mechanics right away, lol, says JP. Yeah, I mean, I can understand them wanting to, okay. I mean, I think that I can activate this now. If I didn't activate it already. Did I already activate this? I might have. Whoopsie. Okay, sure, that works. Twitter's gonna Twitter. The Nintendo Switch 2 will never beat the Wii U's 2.681 billion units worldwide. Yeah. I mean, the fact that it already beat the Wii U within 6 months of release is ridiculous. My big wish for this new Yoshi game is that they take advantage of this new illustrated style. I'd love to see levels based on varying art styles. Says J-Dog. Yeah, I'm not as, like, excited about... Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Strongest explosions? Well, whoop-de-doo. I got one of the biggest explosions. Excuse me? Okay. I really hate when people look at Samus and think she's a boy. Says Can. Can I call it Kane? I'll just call you Kane. Twitter always complaining about something. Yeah, that's why I don't use it. Complaining is the job of Twitter users. Aurora says, at first I thought the Switch 2 edition Hollow Knight was a cash grab, but then I was pleasantly surprised it was a free update. Yeah, the guys at Cherry, what is it? Cherry something. Team Cherry. There it is. Team Cherry. The guys at Team Cherry are the MVP, honestly. Like, they made so much money off of off of Hollow Knight Silk Song. It's kind of crazy. They're doing really well for themselves, and they're not greedy. That's awesome. Like, they could have easily sold a Hollow Knight Silk Song for $30, and they decided not to. I have a lot of trust in those guys. They are they're the closest thing we have to good guys in this industry right now. I look forward to getting a Switch 2, but at the moment, it currently doesn't offer me any first-party games I need, sans Air Riders, or from PC Gaming, says Forrest. Oh yeah, no, I get that. But I'll say that if you don't have, like, if you don't have anything other than a Switch 1, right now the Switch 2 may not be worth it for you. Like, the exclusives that I know of right now are Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Zelda Hyrule Warriors, Age of Calamity? No, Age of Imprisonment. Kirby Air Riders. I know Orbitals is going to be an exclusive, but that's pretty much it. I will say Donkey Kong Bonanza is a great game, and honestly, it was hard for me not to pick up a Switch 2 day one just because I was so excited about that game. And after playing it for 20 hours or so, I can definitely say it was worth the hype. And Yoshi was ultimately the thing that got me to get a Switch 2, but, well, look at my name. It kind of could have figured that one. I screenshotted apart from the bobsled TV ad because they angled Yoshi's face in a strange way. It's hard to notice how strange it looks because it's so fast. Well, I sent it on Discord. Okay, let me check it out. Yeah, good screenshot, by the way. Yeah, I think that's more just like the angle that we see it from. It kind of looks like something out of Hotel Transylvania, or like an art style like that. But yeah, that's not shocking. And like his mouth is just really big, I think, in this iteration of Yoshi. Not that I mind it all that much, especially in motion, it looks just fine. Yeah. Very interesting point there, JP. Yoshi in the movie renders is very, I don't know, squishy. Squishy and stretchy, I think, are good words for it. I played Air Riders finally. Goodness, was a stimulation overload. Took me a couple races to understand how to play the game. Oh, I bet it's very different. What are you talking about, Jeff? The industry is unsustainable without selling the lowest effort projects for as much as you possibly can. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Everybody can take learn a lesson from these indie developers. My goodness. Personally, Mario Kart World and DK Bonanza was all I needed to be sold on it. Given how long it's been since those two got new entries and how great they are in their own right so far. Yeah, for sure. Mario Kart World, not so much for me. I played maybe like 6 or 7 hours of it. Actually, I could probably check that. Hang on. When was the last time I played Mario Kart 8 World? Okay, I played for 8 hours. That's not bad. But Donkey Kong has been the one that's really got me excited. Leak, Jeff will not be Kamek in the next Mario movie. Darn, I was hoping for that. All that said, I am looking forward to the future in gaming. It's just aimed towards indies. P.S. Holy guacamole, that was a unique screenshot of Yoshi. Yeah. Very funny. Okay, well, where's the Grievers? I know they're coming. There's one. There's another one. There's another one. He goes splat. A splat. Okay, there's another Griever. He's very excitable. That one too. And that one. I do like my powered up power beam. Okay, so there should be one up here. Whoa. Or down there, okay. I need Mario Maker 3, that's all I need to say, says J-Dog. You know, I wish I could be as excited for Mario Maker 3 as for Mario Maker just in general, as everybody else seems to be, but no, I don't think Mario Maker's really super my thing. Fun enough to play other people's levels, but I'm just not creative enough to make them. Mario Maker 3 would be great. Maker 2 is my most played Switch game with over 1,000 hours. Jeepers. You know, the only thing that bothers me about the Mario Maker games is that, and it's kind of obvious, but you need a Nintendo Switch Online membership in order to play other people's levels. And that, I don't have Nintendo Switch Online right now. I just don't see it as worth it for me at the moment. I know I wouldn't get use out of it. JJ's too young. My son JJ is too young for me to want him to play games online. So yeah, even the Nintendo Switch Classics, it's like a lot of those games I can absolutely just play on my Wii U or my NES Classic or my 3DS or what have you. It's just not really a worthwhile package to me right now, so I don't get much use out of Mario Maker at all. JJ has a lot of fun with it. He loves making levels, and then, you know, when he does get in a mood to play, or when he does get in a mood to play Mario Maker, then boy howdy, I come home from work and he's like, I have a level for you to play, and like he won't like leave me alone until I play his level, which is fine. I love that. It lets him exercise those creative attributes, so that's awesome. I appreciate Mario Maker, but I don't really have all that much fun with it because they've got to have money. Oh, Nintendo Switch Online is weird. Why does that stuff suddenly cost money? Yeah, yep. It's not like it's a bad value or anything. I can absolutely appreciate, like, the value that, you know, paying $20 for the year brings to the table, in that, you know, you can play this enormous catalog of games, retro games, good retro games, honestly. There's some great games to play on the NSO Classics. But I'll tell you, it stinks when it comes time to renew for the year. You decide you don't really want to, because it's like, I'd rather spend that $20 on this new indie game that I saw or whatever. And then you decide not to pay for it for the year. Then it's like, oh, well, you can't play those games anymore. I think that, like, the whole subscription service kind of, it sours me a little bit on, well, I'm just soured on the whole thing. I really don't like subscription services, just generally. But there's no denying it's good value. It really is good value. Highly flammable. Leak is, Jeff is not 7 feet, he is 2'11". Oh, jeepers. Like 5'7.5" or so. I'm looking forward to fighting all those grievers later. Open Course World is maintained for free, so running online servers could 100% be offset with the game costs. Then matchmaking servers are so inexpensive, and the retro games kind of feel like padding. What is Open Course World, if I can ask? The implementation of intermediate courses, not just having costumes listed under their respective characters, and honestly, looking at it, kind of made me glad I just have Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Yeah, I'll say that Mario Kart World's changes are polarizing, to say the least. I really hate the scrolling character select screen, and I don't really like the intermediate courses. I'm kind of with you on that. But there are things I like about Mario Kart World, and I'm glad that I do have it. It's just, I'm not going to play it all that much. I feel like I've already gotten a good amount of the playtime that I'm going to get out of it. It's certainly not going to be like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for me, which I put, well, a lot of hours into. Took him long enough to add GameCube after all this time. I know, I feel like the Switch could probably do it too. But they kept it on the Switch too. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the Switch one's not capable of running GameCube emulation. That's pretty sad. Jeff, do you think Nintendo intended Bonanza to be the next big 3D Mario game, and that the people asking for one are missing that? Not for the entire console lifespan, obviously. It is possible that Nintendo sees that as, like, you know, it should be able to satisfy our 3D Mario fix for a couple of years while we wait for the next big one, you know? Maybe Nintendo does see it that way. I have a feeling most people don't. But I will say from personal experience, Donkey Kong Bonanza is extremely Mario Odyssey coded. Oh great, I don't want to deal with that guy right now. I'd really rather not. Oh, it didn't even mean to switch to my ice beam. I feel like my Thunder Beam was good on these guys. Man, that's so satisfying. Owies, 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 owies. Okay, there's enough. Oh, okay. I was gonna say there's enough of these guys now to justify me using that move. Okay, got it. Oh no. Ugh. Wow, one shot by my charge beam. That's nice. I didn't even realize that. But yeah, no, Donkey Kong Bonanza is extremely Mario Odyssey coded. And it really does make you wonder. It really does make you wonder if Nintendo intended for that to be, like, you know, the 3D Mario game for a little while. Like, I don't know, it's extremely possible. Definitely is possible. And I feel like Donkey Kong Bonanza sold fairly well. Like, I think it sold about 4 million copies, right? Certainly not to the level that a Mario game would have, which is sad to say because it is so good. It really is so good. And I hope it continues to sell well. It really is super good. Guys, if you have a Switch 2 and you don't have Donkey Kong Bonanza, I'm just gonna say, like, it is absolutely worthwhile. 100%. I would absolutely recommend it. That's definitely a game that, if you're a fan of platformers at all, it's absolutely a game that I would recommend for any Switch 2 owner that likes platformers. I feel like I'm getting sloppy. Okay. Yeah. Just let me charge up my thing, dude. Another one? Oh, I don't have any more power bombs. Well, that's unfortunate. Why do I have to fight 2 of these guys? Okay, that was pretty grand. And yeah, that really doesn't do much. What about this guy? You like the fire? I mean, I like it. I like it quite a bit. Ah! Okay, the burn damage definitely worked. Okay. Alright. Can I be allowed to catch up on some comments now? I hope so. Yeah, I was able to play through many old games for the first time because of NSO, like Donkey Kong Country games and even Yoshi's Story. That's awesome, JP. That's definitely a good use case for NSO. Leak Jeff has posted no vids on the Yoshi Fanatic Extra in 4 months. Yep. I've been pretty bad about that, honestly. Open Course World is an alternative course host for Mario Maker 2. It's completely free. Ooh. Of course, the Switch can do it. The Wii and the Wii U can do it. What a tank. Yeah, okay, I need to look into that. I do have a hacked Wii U. I do not have a hacked Switch 2, or a Switch 1. But I'd be fine with a subscription service, but my biggest issue is why is being able to play online not just for everyone? I just want to play Pokemon with my girlfriend without having to do it face-to-face, as Forrest. Yeah, I feel like the appeal to game share is largely lost on those that don't pay for NSO, right? Because, like, it's basically download play for the Switch 2. It's like DS download play for the Switch 2 is essentially what it is. But if you don't have online, like, if you don't have online, it truly is nothing but download play with local players. But if you want to play it online, that's huge. Like, that's a huge separating factor, and that's like a big boon for the game, for the feature. But you have to have Nintendo Switch Online to do it. $20 a year, but still. Forrest says, I want to make this clear. I love my girlfriend, love spending time with her. It'd just be nice to do a trade over Wi-Fi and not leave our houses when we don't have to. Yeah, no, 100% agreed. Jeff, will you be in voice chat? I doubt it. Maybe tomorrow. Why do they worked on DK right after Odyssey was done and was gonna be for Switch 1 at first? This is JP. Yeah, can you imagine that game being on, Switch 1? My goodness. Popping back in to tell you that progress on my animation is going well. That's awesome. I hope it continues to go well. Do feel free to share it in community creations when you're done. Swarm, swarm, says Forrest. That was a swarm. Leak, the Wii is not toothpaste. Well, they got that info right. I really don't like the concept of subscription services for so many reasons, says LP. I think I'm in the same boat as you. I really just don't like subscription services. Partially just because I am a cheapskate. I'm not gonna deny it, I'm a cheapskate. Wow, that was a lot of power bombs. It's like these guys' primary drop, apparently. Wait. They're trying to tell me something. I'm like, oh, there's a lot of power bombs here. Gee, I wonder why. You gotta love that, they're essentially forcing me to, like, summon the Grievers. Well, that wasn't what I needed to do. Probably have to use a super missile or something stupid like that. Nope. Highly flammable. Whoopsie. I think it proves that, at the end of the day, brand recognition is more powerful than the quality of a game. Not to say Bonanza is bad, but people ask why iterate on existing IP instead of original. Yeah, I mean, there is something to be said about, you know, us playing a game just because we love the characters and the IP so much. Like, I'm sure that you guys have heard the talking points of, like, some of these Zelda games that, you know, they're all right, but they're nothing, like, mind-blowing. And so much of the time I hear people say, oh, well, this wouldn't have done as well if it wasn't a Zelda game. And it's like, yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. That's kind of the thing, though. brand recognition, attachment to characters, loyalty to the IP. Just the familiar and the nostalgic, and, well, I guess it doesn't even necessarily have to be nostalgic, but that's certainly a factor for some. And again, the familiarity, the trust that you have in a brand. It really all does play a big factor. How many people are really that attached to the Donkey Kong IP? I know we, like most of us are, I'm sure. But, you know, we make up a small percentage of the people who buy Nintendo video games. And, yeah, for so many, brand recognition, like, we think it's silly that people won't buy games if they don't have Mario on the box, right? But I'm sure that for a lot of people, that just is a reality. So many of us can appreciate, like, a game that is good quality, even if it's not something that we recognize, or so, like, not an IP that we're familiar with or any of that, because, well, we're more deep into the weeds than your mainstream gamer. Or even mainstream just video game enjoyer. And for those people, like, yeah. And even for us to some extent, let's not kid ourselves. Brand recognition is big for us too. If Yoshi and the Mysterious Book wasn't a Yoshi game, I probably wouldn't play it. Well, I mean, maybe I would, I don't know. But I would be a lot less likely if it wasn't a Yoshi game. To remount an engine allows for independent operation, blah, blah, blah. Well, cool. Is there anywhere I can go? Can't go that way. Do I need to just go back? Lemon cheesecakes are delicious, by the way. This is Kane. I've never had one. I've had a lime cheesecake. I made a lime cheesecake. I've probably shown it to you guys before, but you know what? Why not? Let me pull it up for anyone who hasn't seen it yet. Where's my albums? Hello, albums. Maybe I'll just search up cheesecake. It's in Google Photos. Is it really not going to bring it up? It doesn't even recognize my key lime cheesecake? Oh, I'm sad. Give me just a sec. Oh, yeah, albums. No, it's right there. It's like the cover photo of my Yummy Food I Made album. So let me just open this up real quick. Well, this isn't real quick. Here's my key lime cheesecake. I made this for my father-in-law for his birthday. He loves key lime. And yeah. Yep. That is the most beautiful food item I think I've ever made. Delicious. Super, super good. I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of key lime, but I really did like this cheesecake, and it turned out beautiful. Back to the action. Hey, Jeff, the moderator icons changed and now they're shields? Yeah, it's interesting. Welcome to the stream, Mr. Face. I did notice that as well. Ooh, nice. Yeah, that was the most beautiful food item I've ever made in my life. Subscription services do so many things. They put you at the mercy of the company's decisions. They exploit short-term thinking biases, and they're often intentionally hard to cancel. I wouldn't want to be Samus in that situation. I'd end up motion sick. Yeah. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Subscriptions they do kind of a lot of icky stuff. At least you can tell they've been attempting to boost up DK's popularity with the movie, the theme parks, and the ports. Yeah, and I think the fact that Donkey Kong Bonanza sold like 4 million copies is, it's definitely a good sign that it's a strong brand, even though it's not like one of the tentpole brands of Nintendo. It's still recognizable, people like it, and honestly, like, it's a good game that sold pretty well. Not a lot of downsides there. Rio and Nick at the Olympic Games Bang just made an IP. Oh boy. Breath of the Wild accounts for 20 to 25% of the sales of the series. compared to everything that came before. If you liked the series before and don't like it now, it'd be frustrating to realize that. Yeah, because Nintendo made something that appeals to the masses, and if you don't like the way that that game works, well, tough. That's just how most of the games are going to be at this point. Most of the Zelda games. It's probably not going back anytime soon. Yeah, and if anything, like that game design DNA has like crept into the 2D games with Echoes of Wisdom. Like, you're right, it probably isn't going to go back to the bog standard anytime soon. Okay, am I just stuck? Can I blow that up with a power bomb? Let's try. Oh, yeah, apparently. For me, I am one of those guys that really liked Breath of the Wild. And I like, well, Breath of the Wild, I'll be clear, is my favorite Zelda game. So clearly, I enjoyed it. I don't mind that we'll be getting more Zelda games like that, but I do feel bad for the people who wanted more traditional, like Ocarina of Time style Zelda games. So yeah, I do feel for those fans, and I'm sure that some of you are those fans, so I feel for you. Yeah, it doesn't bother me as much, I guess is what I was trying to say. Okay, we now officially have 75% of the items collected, and that is the threshold for which we can get the good ending, a quote-unquote good ending, apparently. Not the best ending, you need 100% of the items for that, but there's no way I'm getting 100% of the items, and 100% of the scans, by the way. That's not happening. So, we're going with what we got. Now you can finish the game. I am going to go and finish the game post-haste. It is time! I wish I didn't have to drive on my motorcycle all the way back, but all the way back to the base camp and then tell the guys, alright, I'm ready to go, but I gotta. At least it's kind of fun to drive the motorcycle. The unfortunate part is I have to drive it through Soul Valley. I feel bad. I honestly wasn't impressed with an open world Zelda, so Breath of the Wild never really clicked with me. I'm not adverse, but it's been years and I've had no interest in trying. If you ever get a chance to like borrow the game from someone, for example, like so that you're not spending money for it. I'm gonna go to sleep to get ready for work on a project tomorrow. See you, Jeff. See you, Kane. Thank you for tuning in. Good luck on your project. I'll say this, Forrest. You know, if you have no interest in playing it, like, obviously you don't need to try it out. I can't force you to try a game that I like. But I will say this: if you have any interest at all in trying it, maybe try to find someone with a copy of the game that you can borrow, or, I mean, it sold a lot, so that doesn't sound like too much of a stretch. Or like, I don't know, buy it used or something like that if you really want to try it out. I think that you might like it more than you think you would. For me, it's not the open world part that really gets me. I think I like the aspect of Zelda and Metroid games where I like the that's where I'm going, dude. I like the aspects of Zelda and Metroid games where there's these big upgrades, right? Like there's your abilities, like your major tentpole abilities, and the swords to collect and all that stuff. But there's also like incremental upgrades, is at least what I like to call them, like your heart pieces, or you know, in the case of Metroid, like missile expansions or power shot expansions, or, you know, energy tanks. Like incremental upgrades that, you know, you explore the world to find, and your curiosity and your desire to just explore and see what the world has to offer makes you stronger. It rewards that sense of exploration. And I think I really like that about the Metroid and Zelda games, And Zelda Breath of the Wild, I feel like, does that maybe not more than a standard Zelda game, but it felt like every little thing, every little crevice, every little corner of the map had something to offer me, even if it was just like 50 rupees. Sometimes the adventure was the reward. The journey was the reward. I feel like my curiosity and my eagerness to explore was really satiated by Zelda Breath of the Wild, and I think that's a large part of the reason why it's my favorite. But you know, if what appeals to you more is the traditional Zelda gameplay with complex dungeons and, you know, heartfelt stories like in Twilight Princess or Skyward Sword, or any, or like even the instruments that so many of the Zelda games leaned on as their identity, or like a central aspect of their gameplay. If those are the things that matter to you as a Zelda fan, Breath of the Wild may not appeal as much. I get it. But that's at least why I like it so much, or at least part of it. What is the requirement for 100% completion of this game, says Chris. Welcome to the stream, Chris. So for 100% completion, you need to find all of the collectibles, that being your mission and missile tanks, your upgraded beam weapons, your energy tanks, your shot expansions, all of that. And you need to scan 100% of every different type of enemy, item, NPC, bosses, lore entries, all that good stuff. So that's something that we are not doing in this live stream. Absolutely not. Maybe in my spare time. I've been thinking about playing the game again on the Switch too, just to think to see what I think of it, but I don't know, I probably won't even notice much of a difference. My TV isn't the greatest TV. It's a 4K TV, but it's a 55-inch TV. I sit a good like 8 feet away from it, and I probably wouldn't really be able to perceive a huge difference between 1080p and 4K. And my computer monitors are 1080p, so I don't know. I probably wouldn't tell that big of a difference from version to version. Brr, I have to get over my fear of needles this month. Oh no. I'm sorry. What's going on with that? I saw something recently that made me really think. The Zelda series isn't a timeline, but a legend, as by the title. That's why the setting and character designs keep changing so much. It's a bunch of separate legends being told about the thus mythical hero, says J-Dog. That's an interesting introspective, though I think it is worth bearing mention that Nintendo has put together an official timeline for it, so... The only Legend of Zelda game I played was Zelda 2 for the NES. Huh. That's interesting, Mr. Face. Have you ever had interest in trying any of the others? Zelda 2 is not very high on my list of Zelda games, if I'm honest with you. I played Breath of the Wild for a few hours and put it down and never picked it back up. It's just so big, and I didn't feel like I was making any progress, which was partially the internet. Too big for me, says Aurora. That's absolutely fair. Maybe a big part of the reason why I enjoyed the game so much is it came out at a time in my life when I could sink all those hours into a video game. Like, I literally put 120 hours into it in the first 2 weeks of it being out. And granted, like, it was when I was in college, and the second week that I played it was when I was on, like, midwinter break. So I had literally nothing going on. I was single, I hadn't met Sky yet.
Welcome back.
So, yeah, like, I had nothing going on, so I'm like, more Zelda, plus. So maybe that's a big part of it, and also a big part of why I didn't enjoy The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom as much. Because it was too big for me. Drip Nova says, I finished my animation and posted it. The audio might be copyrighted, so if you're gonna show it, you should probably mute it. Okay. Let me try and do that. Hang on. Here is Plush's animation, or Drip Nova's animation. It's not a big deal. I'm not hurt at all. It's not a big deal. I'm not going to cry. Sad. That's great, Drip Nova. Honestly, good job. I love that you're getting into animation. Like, I feel like your art style really works well with animation. It's so cool. Well done. Back to the action. I'm surrounded by talented artists. Y'all are awesome. Oh, I love the feeling you described regarding both franchises. My first playthrough of most Metroidvania games are 100% completion, and I like becoming what amounts to a nuclear missile. Yeah, isn't that fun? And again, just like your exploration and your curiosity being rewarded, I love it. I believe 4K has much more vibrant color than 1080p. I don't know if, like, I don't think the resolution has anything to do with the color. Like, that, what you're describing sounds much more like HDR to me. But maybe. I'm not an expert. Someone made a video about it. That's where it came from, says J-Dog. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Not much, just some medication, but I guess I'll have to find a way to calm myself down. Doesn't feel impossible. You can do it, LP. We're rooting for you. I want to meet the guy who told the CDI Zelda stories as their legend to tell their kids. Gee, it sure is boring around here.
My boy.
I'm not a big sucker for the series, so I probably won't. Fair enough. Jeff, you didn't show the full thing. Gah! Oh, I'm sorry. Hang on. Hang on. I didn't show the whole thing. Which one was it? The one with the, I thought I did show the whole thing. Hang on. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not that kind of girl. It's not a big deal. I'm A-okay. I'm sorry. I thought it was looping. My bad. Here, just for you, I'll play it one more time. I'm not hurt at all. It's not a big deal. I'm not going to cry. It's not a big deal. I'm not that kind of girl. It's not a big deal. I'm A-okay. Good stuff. That's great. Well done. Back to the action. It feels weird not doing animation yet. I guess I'm a little scared. But hey, that's what the animation school I'm going to is for. You can do it, J-Dog. Admittedly, I think I'm also turned off by the idea when they get the Master Sword, they kind of had to nerf to fit with a weapon system. Existential dread, says Forrest. Yeah, no, I agree. Like, they did have to make the Master Sword not completely overpowered. So, which is kind of the point of the Master Sword, so I guess I can see that in frustration. The same guy that tells the Legend of Zelda cartoon as a legend. Jeff, after 80 hours of doing nothing but collecting green crystals. Yeah. I'm not going to cry. Or else you'll die. Existential Metroid Dread. Yippee! Alright, guys, we're ready.
We can leave for Chrono Tower whenever you give the order, Samus.
It's time.
You ready?
I am ready. Are you ready? I sure hope so. Buckle in, guys. It's time for the finale.
There's no turning back. If there is anything you need to complete, now is the time.
I know. I'm ready.
All right, listen up. We got a lot of ground to cover, so check your gear. If it don't punch a hole in something, we don't got a use for it. Our mission is to guide Samus to the Master Teleporter. To do that, we gotta cross Soul Valley and destroy the force field around Chrono Tower.
Oh, I love the music. This is great. Now that's a big robot.
Open her up!
Wow! Wow!
Force field undamaged. I must increase power.
No, I told you I can only guarantee 80%.
Recalculating. Warning. System critical.
We need to report the weapon's gonna blow! Oh no.
Wow. No, my robot friend! Oh. My robot friend. Oh, he's still alive. He's good.
Force field destroyed.
Well done.
Crushes his hand.
Oh, my baby. I'm so sorry.
Oh, shut up, Miles. This is a good moment.
She did good.
She did. She sure did.
All right, let's do this thing.
This is our moment.
Don't ruin it, Miles.
Coming, Mac?
No, please just leave him here.
Yes, sir, Sarge.
Hey, for once he didn't actually have a quip. There you go. The Master Sword only feels special because the lore says so, not gonna lie, says LP. That's a fair assessment, I guess. I'm here with my crew, whether I like it or not.
Wow, this place is so beautiful.
It is. Mackenzie, don't open your mouth and ruin it. I should probably read some comments, though. Currently drawing Yoshi's Super Scope for the poster is going to be a tad annoying. Never a huge fan of drawing weapons, but I'll do it for Yoshi. That's dedication, friend. That's dedication. Let's lay out the plan. Step 1, let's sacrifice Miles. I like this plan already, J-Dog. You don't even need to tell me the rest of the steps. I already like it. I just found out that there's a Five Nights at Freddy's mod where you're a security guard at Nintendo World, and you need to fend off Nintendo characters from reaching your office. I just find it funny that if Nintendo really bothered and had enough money to shove kids into animatronic suits, they probably would do it. Maybe Samus can keep the robot on her ship. I wouldn't be too opposed. I do like him. But yeah, I gotta play Little Big Planet with my mom! And I got to play Little Big Planet with my mom, and she made a character, and that's actually the character you saw in the animation. Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad that you got to play that with her. So, regarding FNAF, can I be considered a fan when I know just as much as most fans, but I'm a chicken, and jump scares aren't my thing, so I haven't played an actual game? I don't like jump scares either. I just don't find them fun. But I'm certainly not a FNAF fan, so I can't say. Seeing some Metroid fans complain about the Federation members reminds me of how people used to complain about Sonic's friends, lol. Like me? Often referring to them as Sonic's stupid friends. Or in the case of Spyro's stupid friends. Not that I dislike the friends, not that I dislike the characters, it's just they take away from the fun part, at least for me. I don't know if I would say the Master Sword was powerful because of lore. I think that I was just thinking of this, like, the main draw of the Master Sword, in at least the early games, was that it was more powerful. Like, it, obviously, like, the lore says it's powerful in, like, a bridge or a ship to travel the seas of time and the Sword of Evil's Bane and all that. But it does manifest itself in gameplay, in that it is twice as strong as the typical sword that you would use, and it's got further range in like games like Ocarina of Time, for example. I feel like it is special in lore mainly, but it also manifests in gameplay to some extent. Though that's not to say that there aren't other powerful swords in the Zelda universe. Like the sword that you forge in Majora's Mask. That thing was awesome. The sword is a ship that travels time. Jeff vocabulary? Jeff vocabulary. I forget how exactly they phrased it in Zelda Ocarina of Time, but it was something like that.
The robots are awake.
Okay. Lemorn-made artificial life form, powered by psychic energy. Its function is to recognize and guide the Chosen One.
Response to Samus.
Okay, are you guys gonna guide me? No, I meant specifically in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Yeah, absolutely, you're right. 100%, like most of the time in the Zelda games, even when I got in those two Zelda games, I didn't even use the Master Sword when I got it. I liked my claymores too much. Chosen One. I fear this is the last we would speak. I have waited alone for a long time. These 12 Lemorn who left to find you. None have returned. I know nothing of their fate. Did they find you? Are you here listening to my words? I fear not, for even in the darkness I cling to hope. I believe you will find your way to Vyros. I believe you will save us. Well, I mean, if none of you are alive, I'm not sure if I can do that. Miles, whoa, was that an alien or something? I don't know if they could even see the alien.
You okay, Samus?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they couldn't. Yeah, give me a minute. I gotta read some comments. In Tears of the Kingdom, the Master Sword is fun to attach those Gibdo rib cages to and just bash the heck out of tanky enemies. Oh yeah, I bet. And Miles, whoa, was that an alien or something? Am I the only one who feels like this alien race is just a discount Chozo? I feel like they're more like the ones in Metroid Prime 2, but I don't know. It's a fair feeling. Drip Nova says, milk is such an incredible Zelda item. I mean, not only is it a good drink in real life, but in-game, once you drink it, you still have another sip left over. Talk about peak. Yeah. Saving some for later. That's awesome. Aurora says, in most of the games, the Master Sword is required to beat Ganon in both lore and gameplay, and the new games abandoned that. I kind of wish they would have kept it, but for the sake of, like, the speedrunners, I understand why they did it. The Master Sword turns you into Link according to Mario Maker 2. True. Tears of the Kingdom abandoned it in gameplay only, I'd say, says LP. Well, again, Aurora made a good point. Like, narratively, you also need it in the other Zelda games to fight Ganon, but not in this one. Or not in these two, I guess. What's this? Expandable structure with a hemispherical object. Responds to Guardian commands. Well, Guardians, do your thing. Psychic command received. Expanding object. You do need it, though it's just handed to you if you don't have it. Oh, really? I didn't realize that.
Whoa, it's unfolding. The robots are the keys.
Hey, we got an elevator. Let's head up.
Energy turbine. Provides power to nearby machines. Okay. Was I the only one who wanted to try Majora's Mask Chateau Romani? This stuff looked good. It does. It did. Yeah, no, you're definitely not the only one. Yeah, the Zelda Dragon just gives it to you. Oh. Oh, you know, that makes sense, actually. In Tears of the Kingdom, anyway.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Even from a narrative standpoint, it kind of makes sense there, because she already had the sword in the past. So it makes sense that she would have it to give to you in the future. Or in the present. Boy, Tears of the Kingdom is such a foggy memory for me. I don't think you need the Master Sword in Breath of the Wild at all. Nope. You could go fight Ganon with a bunch of sticks if you wanted to. Not that I'm sure you would succeed in that regard, but you could still try. Hey, I've been here before.
Finally reached the top of the temple.
Sculpture housing traces of psychic recordings. The priest's recorded thoughts are viewable only by those with the necessary abilities. Playback unavailable. What do you mean? The necessary abilities? What do you... If I don't have the necessary abilities, then what are we even doing here? Okay, so what else can I do?
The advisor may reveal more about this place.
Okay, well... Oh, here we go. Oh. It's a spider ball. Yeah, that's right. You guys can't see the psychic stuff.
Careful now, Samus. Careful up there.
Uh-huh. Watching Breath of the Wild speedruns are hilarious. They are, they really are. In Tears of the Kingdom, you can just run into the fight with approximately 10 trillion fairies and topazes and win blindfolded, says LP. That takes a different kind of dedication. Magic. Also, wow, they showed a lot of Mario Galaxy movie footage in just 30 seconds today. They really did. I'm super excited for the movie. I can't wait. Administers intensive care and amplifies psychic abilities. Patients are also linked with the Chrono Tower and given access to the tower's functions. Part of the pinnacle structure that floats above Chrono Tower, the Master Teleporter is housed inside. Expanded by using the linked terminal. Okay. I'm feeling you'd probably enjoy Terminal Montage's parody of animation of Breath of the Wild speedrunning. Lol. I think I did see it, but it's been a while.
Look at this place.
That's the Master Teleporter.
Jeez.
Sorry, I'm not saying anything. I want to know what happens.
You got the keys. Take us home.
I think she still wants to help the Lemorne. But who knows if they're even still alive at this point. But isn't that considered they spoiled the movie a bit too much? Says Chris. I'm sure some people would say that, but I don't know. All of it is like shown without any context at all. I don't know.
This must be the Master Teleporter.
I don't think it reveals too much. Personally, but maybe I was just not paying enough attention. I don't know. In Ocarina of Time and Twilight Princess, I know the Master Sword is required, even though there are other swords you can use, says Aurora. Yeah, true. Like, I used the big Oron sword in Ocarina. I was worried Yoshi would be sidelined, but that thankfully doesn't seem to be the case here.
I can't
Oh.
believe it. We're actually going home.
And then Ridley shows up. Alright, I'll get back to the comments here shortly. Oh, hello. So I don't really understand what just happened there.
I've been waiting for this.
Silence! Knuckle up!
Human morphology Silex, a bounty hunter using a modified version of a Galactic Federation battlesuit reconstructed using the latest nanotechnology. Silex is a bounty hunter with a personal grudge against the Galactic Federation and Samus Aran. Plotting revenge on both, he has been running a long campaign of covert operations, including spying on Samus. In the Cosmic Year 20X6, he successfully stole a Metroid from a Galactic Federation base. By raising clones of this Metroid and fusing them with other life forms, he found a method of controlling minds and soon formed a private army. With this, he took control of the leadership of the space pirates, seizing their army as well. He then began attacking Galactic Federation research facilities one after another, and in the process used the information and technology he gathered to upgrade his suit and weapons. Presumably, he attacked the UTO Research Center on planet Tanamar with the same intent and did not expect to encounter Samus Aran. Hey, isn't that the guy from Prime Hunters and Federation Force? Who was he again? I don't really know his backstory, if I'm honest with you, Forrest. I know his name is Silex, and I know he was in Metroid Prime Hunters, but I really don't know his backstory. Did the game just give you back controls to do 4 steps? Yeah, pretty much. Okay, I want to go back to this comment quick. JP says, I was worried Yoshi would be sidelined, but that thankfully doesn't seem to be the case here. Happy my prediction of him facing off against Kamek is coming true. Yeah, that's... I loved seeing that. Wait, did Miles just say something that wasn't pure Marvel brain rot? What a miracle! I know. That small hand slap was kind of funny, says J-Dog. Was that supposed to be Silex? I think there's still a ton we don't know about the Galaxy movie. Like, we don't know what Rosalina's deal is, why Peach has to go up to a casino, or how the bros being babies fits in. Yeah, there's a lot that's... Yeah, there's a lot that I think we're gonna learn when we actually watch the movie. I don't think that too much of it has been spoiled yet. Don't, Jeff, neither do I. Oh, don't worry, Jeff. Neither do I. I'll try not to worry. How do I fight this guy? It's got to be with some psychic abilities, right? Tube for administrating care connected to Silex, transformed into a nano arm by nanomachines. It's fully armored except for its tip. Ah. Hold up. This might actually be a good use case for this guy. Ow. Okay, maybe not.
Psychic lasso is working!
Alright! Let's get the rest of these on!
Oh, come on. Okay, then I'll just have to target that one. And I'd rather that he not be able to attack me with these things. Okay, maybe I attacked that one a little too preemptively. Okay, maybe I don't need to use the psychic beam for that. Or the control beam. I thought it was fitting though. What the? Don't, Jeff. How would one even, Jeff? Oh, I get what the cutscenes are now. It'll probably be revealed by the end of the game. Okay, well, if it's not, I hope you are able to share your insight. Formed into a dragon head, this form puts heavy strain on the nanomachines and can be active only for a short time. Damaging the dragon head will increase the strain, reducing its duration. Okay, how about I use one of these guys? I don't know if they'll be damageable by... I mean, that seemed to do a little something at least. Yeesh. Maybe ice? I mean, fiery boys. Yeah, that didn't seem to do much. Ow.
Watch your feet!
Oh, where is he? There he is.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Glad I get to babysit these guys while we're fighting Psylocke. Ow. Is this a good use case for my electric boogaloo? Maybe not enough to like waste all that ammo. Oi. I mean, maybe. I mean, considering I can only... I can take out multiple of these at once. Very nice. More dragon heads, and these ones are icy. Nanomachines, son. Nanomachines, where's the Metal Gear? I love how the fight just stopped to let you heal him. I don't think it stopped, but, you know, he wasn't targeting me, so I'll take it. Oh boy, ow, ow, oh, 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 oh no, oh no, oh no. Ah, oh, I am not doing very well here. Ah, jeez. These guys hit like tanks, dude. Oh. Yeah, I mean, how do I dodge those things? Yeesh. I'm going to die. This is going to be a multi-attempt affair. Sheesh. Okay. Give me a second.
I'm okay.
Are you now? Well, that's good, because I'm not. Fam. What are you guys even here for? Where is he? Oh, the robot.
Systems operational.
So, yep, he closed it off. Yeah, this is definitely gonna take me a few tries. Helicopter. Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty solid descriptor for it, not gonna lie. Alright. My Federation buddies actually did something good. I'm not gonna lie, my lock-on kind of sucks in this fight. Mostly because it's trying to target the thing that, target Silex, which is something that I can't damage right now. Okay. I mean, that seemed to do a decent amount of damage. I feel like I just kind of have to dodge these things and like unleash as much damage as I possibly can. Yeah, but and like unleash as much damage as I can realistically do, but yeah. Oh, I need my help. Oh, come on, you guys. Oh, I saved Mackenzie. I shouldn't have done that. No, I needed to. Otherwise, I would have gotten the game over. Let's go to the missiles. They'll at least track on him. Oh, he's done being a magic dragon now. Oh, this is annoying. Yeep. Okay. Up, 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 up. I feel like I'm starting to get better at this, but I don't think soon enough to the point where I can actually win. Ow! Okay, good. They got one of his other arms vulnerable. That's good. I feel like I'm shooting these missiles with very little benefit here. Oh, I stand corrected. I hate how slowly his HP is going down. It's giving me... Yeah. Oh, okay. Next phase.
Oh, I'm just getting started.
Okay, well.
Where'd they go?
Free aim mode engaged. I actually do any damage to him right now? The answer is yes. Kind of wish they didn't activate free aim mode. This kind of sucks. Person moves so slow. How was I supposed to dodge that? Do I... How do I dodge that? Okay, yeah, I have no idea how I'm supposed to dodge those. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this free aim mode kind of sucks. Like, big time. Like, the motion controls might help a little bit. Also, should I scan him? No. I honestly have no idea how I'm supposed to dodge most of this stuff. I really don't think I'm doing enough here. No, apparently I did. It feels like you're fighting more of the controls than him. Yeah, 100%.
Just you and me, Samus.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm going anywhere, right? Like, where could I possibly go?
Get this over with.
Keep running fast, boy. Oh. What? Energy tank ejected? Excuse me? Okay, give me back my energy tank, you jerk. Wait, why can't I get it? What? Give me back my tank, you jerk! Wait, what am I supposed to do here? Give me my energy tank back! Okay, now where'd he go? He's right behind me! What's that? Miniature black hole generated by Silex. It draws in firearm attacks, neutralizing them. Only the control beam and the will of its user can resist the black hole's pull. That's not how physics works. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm gonna die. Absolutely no chance I win this time. Though I'm doing more damage than I thought I would. Yeah, I'm dead. He running fast boy, Jeff 2026. Bro, so desperate he resorting to tag. Finally, proper lock on. This reminds me of the ice boss in Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, and that is not a compliment. Can you move? Says Drip Nova. I could move, I couldn't dodge the things, the big spinning blue bars. Mission failed. We'll get him next time. I'm gonna have to go all the way back to phase 1, aren't I? Oh no, I don't. I don't have to go back to phase 1. That's good. I mean, I almost... Oh, Oh, I don't know if I like coming back this checkpoint. I think I need to... Hang on. Oh, I'm not trying to summon Viola right now. Hang on. I think... I made a change to my, my controls. I need to increase the, sensitivity for the motion controls, I think. I shifted it down quite a bit. So let's try that. I also need to keep my, my charge beam active because he is chucking a bunch of health at me too, so. Okay, I have no idea how I'm supposed to dodge these. Not even a clue. Like, again, how am I supposed to dodge those? Oh. For some reason I dodged those ones. I don't know how. There we go. I feel like I might have made the motion controls a little... Well, motion controls are good, pretty sensitive now. Maybe you could fire a control shot to spin around to get around the spinning bars. Yeah, I'll try that next time I die, because I'm sure I will.
Just you and me, Samus.
It's a bit annoying when a boss is, what am I supposed to do? Yeah.
Come on, let's get this over with.
I wonder how much damage a super missile would do. Not enough. Okay, well, maybe it's a decent amount. Don't even think about it. I love that he can do his own version of the morph ball, by the way. Oh! I don't love that he can keep stealing my thing, though. Fam! Oh. Accidentally activated my light barrier. Man, this is really annoying. I want my energy tank back, dude. Okay, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do with this at this point. Just stole my energy tank. I don't appreciate that very much. Remind me not to use the super missiles on this guy. The charge beam seems to do plenty of damage. Ow. Now where is he? And the control beam is still trying to get sucked up by the black hole, but just got to make sure I actively try not to let that happen, and it'll be fine. Okay. What? That seemed fair. And he's gonna steal yet another one of my health tanks. Yep. Yep. Jeez. This is tough. I'm not gonna lie. This is really tough. But wouldn't it have been disappointing if it was easy? Okay. Owies. I wonder if I should just retry the whole boss fight again just so I can get more health going into this section. I will say, I do appreciate... Yeah, I think you're right, Aurora. I think that this is the play. Yeah, you're absolutely right. What was I gonna say? I do appreciate that they don't, like, just give me full health if I die. Coming back to phase 2 here. Like, I come back with the amount of health that I had before entering phase 2, which I think makes the most sense. Ow. It does make me think I would probably be better off if I just tried the boss fight again, but... Okay, that was pretty good. Don't! This is J-Dog. Jeff, I gotta go to sleep at some point tonight. I mean, in fairness, it's only been 2 hours. This likely won't be longer than a normal stream.
Let's get this over with.
Also, how do I avoid him taking away an energy tank from me? That kind of just feels like an inevitability. Like, in order to avoid that, I just have to not get hit by him in Morph Ball mode at all. Maybe this can help? Nope. I gotta scan him. Maybe it'll help me. A transformed version of Silux. The shield generated by his energy sphere nullifies all firearm attacks? So I just can't do anything about that. I just can't do anything about him swiping my energy tank. I can't even pick it up, dude. I can't even take back my energy tank that he stole. It's just gone. Ooh, that one hurt. I really don't like Silex. I wish I knew more of his backstory, though. Like, would I have understood it more had I played? Oh, ow, ow, ow. Again, how do I dodge that? Again, that just kind of seems like an inevitability, but I know there's got to be a way to dodge it. Again, the energy tank dude. What? Another one? You just swiped them both. I can't get them back. How annoying. Like, how do I get them? I want them back. I just want my energy tanks back. Give them back. That seems extremely unfair. Stupid boss. Again, there's got to be a way. It's just how. Okay, sure, why not? Now, where's he going? I will say, like, my standard... Oh, here we go, here we go. Almost. Okay, good. There is a way to avoid that one. Shouldn't have to guess how to do what the game expects as LP. It is a little annoying.
After her.
Tell me how and I'm there.
Alert. Spatial anomaly detected.
Great. What now? Here we go. Be ready for anything.
I knew you'd come back.
Hi, Samus. I'm gonna kill you. Silex probably. Maybe not, actually.
Have you with us?
Samus, does that mean Silex is good?
Did you murder him? Good.
Go home?
We'll be right behind you.
Okay. Sheesh. Good.
Maybe if I,
Just let me do it.
Oh, your crystal
And nothing of value was lost.
It only responds to you.
Yeah, so shut up and let me do it.
Wait, is that Veros?
Whoa.
That must be Tanamar. Home sweet home.
And you are sure?
Well, we're gonna find out.
I wonder how many people have called these guys Samus's stupid friends. Not a non-zero amount, but I won't lie, I actually like most of them. Oh, Silex is back. Two brain cells. Okay, well then.
Protect the teleporter!
Samus, are you alright?
Yeesh.
I got you.
Punch him!
Providing cover.
Dude, if that's cover...
Teleporter's not gonna last long. You gotta make the jump while you still can. I'll do my best to stabilize the power. Yes. Restart the sequence. We'll buy you time while it charges.
Dude.
Samus, go.
I mean, I'm alright with that.
Samus! Go!
Shoot him with a missile. I don't want to teleport. Little people care. Finally, he's dead. I have a feeling that I couldn't have kept fighting if I had the chance. Or if I even tried. The writers of this game seem to want us to like Miles, but I'm not feeling it. Yeah, no, me either. Like, I felt nothing when he got shot in the back. Although I do feel bad for everyone else I'm leaving behind with Silex. What? He's still alive? No! Man. What? No, 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 fam. That can't be the end. Are you kidding me? Well, feeling bad for 4 out of 5 of these characters isn't bad, says Forrest. Yeah, I like the other guys. The only other one who was slightly annoying was Armstrong, and she was actually kind of likable. Wait a minute, so what about the Lamorne? Where is Samus going? What happened to Silex? I hear, welcome, Jacob. Welcome to the end credits of Metroid Prime 4. So, I think I can sum up my thoughts on what just happened with 3 letters. W-A-T. What? What? I mean, I get that that's probably like the worst ending. And I'm gonna get a little bit of an extended ending since I got 75% of the items, but the actual like true ending is only when you get 100% of everything. From what I heard, 100% completion isn't much better. I wonder if we should look up a video on YouTube for the final like 100% ending, because there's no way I'm getting 100% of everything. That's not happening. You did it, says Blues Cat. I did. I'm feeling very mixed right now. What did I just witness? I prefer WTF, but you have a child. I have 3 of them. So yeah, I should probably tame my tongue and just go with rat. That's it? That was the ending? That was just a lousy cliffhanger, says J-Dog. Yeah, I really do want to know what happens, at least to somebody. Where does Samus go? They were in the middle of this giant conflict before they got teleported away to Viros. So what happened there? What ended up happening with Silux? Did all those guys from the Galactic Federation die? I mean, probably. I really want to know what happens to the Lamorne. Like, what was even the point of me being on Viros? What, Da Vinci? Dude, that was not a satisfying ending whatsoever. I'm gonna still my tongue. Well, I haven't been doing that, but I'm gonna try and hold at least some of my judgment until we actually get back to the title screen and all the end credit scenes have been over with that I've actually earned. Hello there. Oh, are these the game credits? Yes, they are, Brainpick. Welcome to the stream, though. I have no idea what is going on in this game. Like, I cared enough about the story and, like, what was going on with the Lamorne and, like, what was going on Tamar or whatever the planet was called that we were just fighting on, and I want to know what happens. Are they just not going to tell us what happens? Credits are longer than the story. Maybe the other endings are more conclusive. I mean, from what Forrest is saying, like, it sounds like they aren't that much better. If there are other endings? Yeah, so I technically got, like, the second worst ending, I guess. Let's see. 75, less than 75% of items, short/normal ending. 75 to 99% of items, good ending. 100% of items and scans, true/secret ending. For maximum completion, you must collect 14 energy tanks, 48 missile expansions, and 44 shot expansions. So, wait for Metroid Prime 5. LOL! Jeez, dude. I mean, did I, like, go down to, like, 73% after he took away my energy tanks? Is that what happened here? Headcanon, they all died and Samus ended up alone, resetting the status quo for the next game. Honestly, you're probably not far off on that. But I at least want to know what happens. Let's congratulate these people for making this game exist. Yeah, they, honestly, this game went through the ringer. Development hell, if you will. The fact that they got this out at all is a miracle, but... man... Man, this game definitely has some downsides. It's... the credits are so long that my Switch is like, hey, you're still there? This sure is development hell type of game. Yeah, it is. And honestly, like, the fact that they got it out in this state at all, like, in the state that it's in, I had enough fun with the game for sure. My Blorbo died? What's your Blorbo? There's still traces of the development hell still visible in the game. Oh, absolutely. And Soul Valley is, like, very indicative of that. Still not a fan of how Nintendo handled development. Yeah, didn't they, like... Didn't they try to make it in-house and then they're like, well, we can't figure this out. Get Retro on the phone. I don't really know all the details about what happened in development. All I know is it got announced in 2017. Then in like 2019 or 2020, I forget when exactly, but sometime in there they announced that they were restarting development, and then they announced that Retro Studios was going to be on board. And I don't really know what happened after that. She dieted forever. Rest in pickles. My girly. Oh, come on. Okay, I still got 75% of the items discovered. Okay, so I should get the good ending. Not the best ending, but at least a good one. I heard it was Bandai Namco doing it at first. Also, it was early 2019 when the announcement happened. Okay. Well, that checks out. Actually, I heard they moved the project to Bandai Namco, then went back to Retro Studios. Gotcha. I dozed off for a minute there. Was everything explained? No. No. Hard mode unlocked. Hooray. I had a hard enough time not in hard mode. At least at the end there. Come on, give me something. Give me something. Okay, thank you. Thank God. Okay, so Samus went somewhere. Wait, where am I now? This looks an awful lot like Soul Valley. I'm not sure what that is. I forget. It's been a long time. They gave me the Lemorne gave me something. And that's... I feel like that must be like regenerating the world of Viros. Okay, that's a little bit more satisfying. I mean, I still don't remember what that thing is, but I probably just forgot. Rest in peace. Okay. Alright, I can live with that. No more silver armor Samus. Wait, so, hang on. If you later choose to start a new game in the save slot, this item and scan completion data will be reset. Do you want to save? Do I want to save? Forrest says, I hate to say this, but this story screams filler game, even though I know it isn't. Do I want to save? I mean, probably not, right? I mean, it'll mark it as mission complete, and then I won't get to play it anymore. So no, I don't think I do want to save, do I? The default option is yes. Yeah, no, but I feel like I don't want to, because, like, I can come back to this and keep playing it if I choose to. Yeah, I'm gonna say no, I don't want to save. Save game was skipped. Yeah, because I don't want it to be mission complete. I just... Yeah. I want to be able to come back to the game if I want to. I wish they would just give you the option to, like, save a copy right there. Because had I had the foresight, I would have just made a copy of the save file. Alright. So I'm a little bit confused. It seems to me that... I mean... what does it seem to me? There's a lot of loose ends here that I'm a little upset about. I'm probably gonna have to look up like an endings explained sort of thing. Do you guys want to humor me for a sec? Do you guys want to join me and watch like what the 100% ending looks like? You wanna? Would you like to join me for that? Because I feel like I'm gonna go watch it anyway. Yeah, I'll post a... yeah, I'll post a poll. What the heck, why not? I know a couple of you said yes already, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Should we watch the 100% complete ending? Yes or no? Go for it. What have we got to lose? I'm gonna go ahead and Google it up, or YouTube it up, I guess. Let's see. Metroid Prime 4 secret ending. Okay. I mean, it seems like everyone says yes, so we're gonna go for it. Alright. I'm gonna put this on the home screen. We're gonna pull it up over here. I will not be able to see the chat for the moment, so please bear with me. There we go. So we've got bad ending. Which is basically what I just got, right? Like there's the struggle there. Yeah, that's the bad ending. That's if you did not get 75% at least of all the items. Wait a minute, hang on. So it didn't even like show the Galactic Federation people's faces at all in the bad ending. So the normal ending, everyone kind of looked at me like, bye.
Hey, Samus.
Okay. So that was the ending we just saw. That's the normal ending. Post-credits ending. Oh, here we go. So let's go to the 100% ending right there. Are you guys able to hear this? I feel like you can hear this. Yeah, you can hear this. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna stop flapping my yap and we're gonna watch the 100% ending cutscene. So far, I said I was gonna stop flapping my yap, but there's no talking or anything, so why not? It looks like it's pretty much the same so far. Is this on Vuros, by the way, or is it on... I feel like she teleported to the different planet, planted the Lemorn seed there, or whatever it is. Is it gonna be like an Ori and the Blind Forest situation where, like, you know, more Oris grow out of a tree? I mean, that Lemorn seems pretty happy. Well, there you go. You get to see Samus's face. In fairness, we haven't seen her face at all in the game. That actually looks really good. I mean, I don't know that I would necessarily say it's worth 100% completing the game for that. But that's a really good render of Samus. Still, that's the 100% complete ending? Are you kidding me? So now they're like doing a comparison. Yeah, it's literally the same. And here we go, Secret Silex ending. 100% on hard mode. Because I'm definitely not doing that. So let's see what this is. So there's the space pirates. Don't know what the deal is with the space pirates. They weren't in this game literally at all.
Commander, what are you doing? I've commanded your troops to hold your position. I've confirmed the pirates' new weapon. If I can seize it. No. I've dispatched Samus's team. Await their arrival and join forces. Yes, sir. Orders.
Okay, that must be Silex.
Sir, proceed as planned. Get me that weapon.
Oh. See, that's what Samus's vision was. And basically all of his troops were wiped out because of his rash decision to move forward. Blew up the weapon that Silex wanted. For some reason. Probably another power play. Okay. Okay. I think so Silex was a moron. Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Samus is a girl? It says JP. Samus looks pretty dang pretty. Looks dang pretty in this game, says Blue's Cat. Yeah, they did a really good job on that render, I gotta say. I had to, lol. I noticed the sky is much brighter, says Chris. Oh, good point. I didn't even realize that. Samus's girl? Grrr, they made Samus woke. I can't believe they made Sam's Club a grill. I love that comment. That's so great. Oh, man. So you just get the full vision, says LP. That's what it seems like. That is what it seems like. Okay. So, that was a pretty cool cutscene, honestly. I really liked that cutscene. I really did. It was a really well orchestrated, really well done cutscene. Well, I have nothing to add. Seems self-explanatory to me. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty much with you. After seeing those cutscenes, it makes sense. I'm happy with the ending that I got. Like, it seems like whatever the Lamorne's legacy is, Samus was able to carry it on, and like, the Lamorne still live, kind of, more or less. I forget what that thing is that she planted in the ground, and I know she left the psychic stone there. I'm guessing to help it grow, or to like, I don't know, imbue the Lamorne with the psychic abilities that they wanted, or something like that. Okay. And again, the Silex origin story thing, that flashback, that whole cutscene, I thought was really well done. That was pretty great. But I do have one little complaint. Why is that the hard mode 100% completion reward? Why wasn't that just in the... That seems like instrumental to telling me why Silex has this bitter sort of feeling towards Samus. Why was that saved for the 100% hard mode reward? Are you kidding me? What percentage of people are actually going to play the game and get that reward? That seems like really important to me. Especially considering they showed the flashbacks that Samus was having. Are you kidding me? That seemed like such an instrumental plot line, like pivotal. Save something like nice and like fan servicey, I guess. Like, I don't know. Not fan servicey in that way. Get your minds out of the gutter. Something that like the fans would appreciate, but isn't like instrumental to the story of the game. That is super frustrating. Like, where did Silex get these Metroids? Oh, well, I feel like his bio explained it. Oh, that's super frustrating, though. Again, why in the world was that locked behind the 100% completion criteria for hard mode? Oof. They're mock droids, says Zeppeli. I feel like they're real Metroids. Like the mock droids are in a different game, I think. Also, writers, I care about 4 of the people with us on the planet, not Silex. I don't know, like, I really did want to know what the deal was with Silex. And I still feel like I'm not completely satisfied with the answer that we got. He was like just a greedy sort of general or something like that on the battlefield, and he's like, I want that gun, get me that gun, and then all of his guys died, and then he's mad at Samus for some reason. I think the helmetless Samus and Silex cutscene should be flipped for rewards. I am 100% with you. That would have made much more sense, and I'm kind of angry that they locked that behind the 100% completion criteria for hard mode. Again, like, a reasonable number of people are going to play the game and get the decent ending, or the good ending, 75% to 99% completion. I don't feel like is that much of an ask in a Metroid game. The 100%. I mean, the game gives you the tools to do it without needing to look up a walkthrough. Like, you can find those things that tell you where items are on the map. That's helpful. Like, it makes me think of Metroid Dread being the first ever Metroid game I've 100% completed without a walkthrough of some kind. Like, I'd get to 80 to 90% of the collectibles, but then the other ones are just so ridiculous to find that I need a walkthrough to find them. Then Dread was the first one I didn't have to do that for. And I feel like Metroid Prime 4 could have been one that I could have 100% completed, and still could if I really want to, with reasonable effort, and still get that nice cutscene for Silex as a 100% complete reward. But how many people are gonna 100% complete hard mode? You'd have to be pretty dedicated to do that. And again, that whole cutscene with Silex is like pivotal. Why should that be locked behind not only just beating hard mode, but 100% on hard mode? That is just bonkers to me. To future game devs, don't lock story in hard mode, please. Lol, you wasted your life, LMAO! Alright, well, that whole rage-filled thing aside, I really do want to give this game a decent wrap-up. Because I'll be honest, I do not feel that negatively about the whole game. Like, the whole rage thing I just had, I don't feel that way about the whole game. But I'd be lying if I said that I didn't have my problems with this game, so let's talk about it a little bit. My biggest issue with the scene being 100% hard mode is Silex is barely a character in and out of this game. Maybe that's part of my problem, is that, like, I'm expecting more of this character that there really isn't that much backstory for. You know, because, like, I want to believe there's something more there. Maybe there just isn't. Oh, I gotta go. Night, boss. Forrest, thank you so much for tuning in. It was a pleasure having you. I hope you have a good week. Hope to see you again soon, friend. Alright, well, I do want to talk about Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, and this... I'm not going to say that this is a full-on review, but it is my final thoughts on Metroid Prime 4. Maybe it's the lack of Ridley, but this really did not feel like a Metroid game. I will say that it is lacking a bunch of the Metroid staples. More of a presence for the Metroids, for example, is one of them. Like, they were here, but they felt more like, I don't know, almost a subplot, or even like a subplot of a subplot. Like, they were only there to make the bosses fight you, basically. They really didn't do much of anything in this game, and like, I don't know, Metroids are such an important part of, well, Metroid. So you would think that they would be a bigger part, you know? That said, Metroid Prime 4, as you all know, released to middling reviews, I'd say. The game scored 78 on Metacritic, and I've said throughout the game playthrough that up to that point, I felt like I understood where that 78 was coming from, and I felt like it was warranted. And here at the end of the game, I still agree with that sentiment. I'd say 78 is a fair score for this game. I think it's definitely got its merits. I've heard many people say, and I would agree with this sentiment, is that Metroid Prime 4, when it feels like a Metroid Prime game, is some of the best that the series has to offer. It's got some of the best Metroid Prime moments that the series has to offer. I feel like that's in terms of, you know, raw gameplay of Samus shooting things, solving puzzles, and I felt like as much as they unintentionally downplayed the psychic abilities in this game, I do feel like they did add to the game. I thought there were some really cool and meaningful additions, not least of which is the bombs with the moat properties. It felt so awesome the first time I threw a power bomb. That was just fantastic. and some of the item placements were pretty solid. I really enjoyed some of the puzzles. Like, when it felt like Metroid Prime, it felt like really good Metroid Prime. The problem is when it didn't. NPCs who talked your head off, like Miles McKenzie, definitely brings down the atmosphere. I'm not super opposed to Samus being accompanied by some NPCs if they make for a meaningful addition. And in fairness, I felt like some of the Galactic Federation troops I actually got to really like. I especially liked Duke and Armstrong. That sort of dynamic between the two of them made them feel so much more like actual characters. Actual characters that I wanted to care about and make sure that they got to the destination that we all got to go home. I feel like that's what, you know, Kensuke Tanabe, the director or producer for this game, I forget what his role is, but like one of the heads of the development of this game, was trying to like kind of make you feel. And I'm not gonna lie, I did kind of feel that a little bit. Like when all the Federation troops were there, keeping Psylux from getting to Samus and like stopping her from teleporting away. I felt genuinely sad that, especially Duke and Armstrong, but, you know, the robot that I liked and the other character that plays a harmonica by a campfire, I'm not gonna lie, I felt genuinely a little sad when they didn't make it. Miles McKenzie I could care less about. Like, he took a shot to the back from Psylux for Samus, and I felt nothing. I'm just like, thanks. I'm not gonna lie. I really did not like Miles McKenzie. He was the source for a lot of my frustrations with, like, a lot of my anger outbursts. I've never told a character in a video game to shut up more times in my life. I feel like these words, shut up, are so mean-spirited that I never use them on anyone in real life, aside from my close friends that know that I'm joking when I say shut up. But I genuinely felt angry whenever he opened his mouth. Oh, I hated it so much. The other characters I liked, though. What title would you give to this Metroid game if this was not a Metroid game? Again, I'd say this is... I mean, it's Metroid, obviously, because it's got Samus and it's got the gameplay of Metroid Prime 4. Like, obviously, it is a Metroid game, but maybe it should have been something called something else other than Metroid. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe they should have, like, kept Metroid in the title somewhere, but made it more like a subscript. Or, like... I don't know. I really don't know. I couldn't figure out a good, I couldn't really figure out a good name for it. I'm not even sure if Beyond is a good name for it. Funny McKenzie did nothing until the actual end of the game. Oh, he did stuff that was instrumental for the game, but only because the developers wanted him to be ham-fistedly in there. Like, why did he have to upgrade my weapons? Like, Samus is perfectly capable of integrating these herself. Of anyone to interface with the Lamorne tech, she's the one who could do it the best. Why did I have to bring this stuff back to Miles McKenzie to get him to add it to my suit? Oh, I hated Miles McKenzie so much. I really did. Another frustration. Well, there are other frustrations with this game. Some people have criticized the fact that the maps are more linear. Like, the sub-areas, your Volt Forge, your Ice Belt, your lava place, I forget the name, even the mines. Even when there was a little bit of labyrinthian sort of aspect to it, it paled in comparison to the absolute maze-like structures that were the maps in Metroid Prime 1 and 2 especially. I'm not sure if I'm super convinced that that is necessarily a bad thing, but maybe it is. Maybe if I went back and played those games again, maybe I would much more appreciate just how maze-like the maps really were, and how I don't know. I don't really know what to say about it. Like, maybe I would just prefer how the other, maybe I would just prefer how the other games' maps are laid out. Maybe it would feel more limiting in retrospect. It's certainly no Metroid Other M, I'll say that. But, yeah, maybe it does lose something there. Probably does. Maybe I just don't appreciate that as much as I should right now. But I will say I did have fun with the game. I really did enjoy playing through Metroid Prime 4 for the most part. Like, at least 90%, 80% of the time I was having a good time. All but one of these stream sessions, I looked forward to playing more Metroid Prime 4 every week, and it was kind of hard for me to have to wait for the whole week to come back and play more. Until last stream, when I had to interface the most with Soul Valley. Yeah, Soul Valley had some cool things. I actually liked the shrines. I feel like they were done well enough that it's not like a negative attribute to the game. I don't know if it's like one of the biggest additions that I appreciate, but I liked them. Though I wonder if I would have enjoyed them if they were just a little bit more intricate, because each one of them felt like just an isolated one puzzle sort of thing, a la Zelda Breath of the Wild. It worked there because the reward was so much less poignant, so much less of a big deal than it was here in Metroid Prime 4. Like, in Breath of the Wild, you got a quarter of the way to another heart container or stamina gauge upgrade. Here in Metroid Prime 4, you got like a whole new blaster upgrade for essentially the same amount of work. It was like a singular puzzle, and there were only like 5 of them. Maybe it would have felt better if there were more of them. Maybe it would have felt better if it was more labyrinthian, almost like a dungeon in a way. Maybe even with a little boss fight. I don't know. I feel like the shrines were a cool addition, but they could definitely use some improvement. Soul Valley, I really hated the enemies that would pop up from time to time. I kept calling them inconvenience robots because genuinely they were nothing more than that. They added nothing to my enjoyment of riding around on the bike in Soul Valley. It was just like, oh yeah, boy, here come the inconvenience robots again to like make me stop riding around as I please. It really felt like nothing more than that. And Soul Valley, like, other than the 5 shrines and like a couple of upgrades and stuff like that, it's not that it was barren, but there wasn't a ton going on in Soul Valley, and it certainly wasn't like the Hyrule field or anything like that I think they were trying to go for. And I don't really feel like it worked as a connecting area for like all the different worlds. Like, it was, you got a desert in between, an ice area in between, a lava area in between, like a forest area. I like all those different places, but I don't know, does it make much sense to have them all like geographically next to this desert? When realistically, the size of the entire map, I don't think is large enough to warrant such a varied demographic in terms of actual ecosystems. I don't know, maybe I'm just nitpicking, but I don't think Soul Valley worked for what they were trying to do. And it sounds like they knew that, but it was too far in development. And if we didn't want to wait another 2 years for them to like retool it or something, it just had to be in the game. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. It didn't work. Could it have been worse? I don't know. For the small good things that Soul Valley does, the rest really just sucked. Yeah, I mean, I really hated when I had to grind for green energy crystals, by the way. You could definitely tell that in the last stream because I was not having a good time hunting all those down. It was not fun at all when it came time to grind. Should you really ever have to grind in a Metroid game, by the way? Like, it was obligatory I had to get that amount of green energy or I could not continue with the story. Why? Or maybe I didn't have to. Maybe it was one of those things where... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but it was really frustrating and I really hated that part. And as much as I like to think that Metroid kind of lends itself to a more open sort of gameplay style, open world is not a Metroid thing. Unless you significantly retool it and make it something completely different than Metroid Prime or the standard 2D Metroid games. It's not open world. And I feel like the game really, or the gameplay style of Metroid games really depends on certain areas being locked off before you get these upgrades. And no matter how hard you try, if you want the Metroid games to be this sort of formula, open world is not going to work for that. Even in games like Super Metroid, where it's more open, the most open it has ever been, you really have to break the game to make it feel more open. And I feel like the game is actually designed around that kind of concept, but it's still not open world. You can sequence break, absolutely, but it's not open world. Open world Metroid in this sort of formula doesn't seem to work. And I think they tried to make it work, and it just didn't. It felt like there was one point or another where even Miles McKenzie was like, "Hey, you get to choose where you go now," and I'm like, "Oh, sweet! Can I go there? No. Can I go over there? No. How about you go to Ice Belt?" But I wanted to go over here. You should go to Ice Belt. That's about how open world this Metroid game was. And again, I feel like that's kind of just inherent of Metroid. Not a bad thing, just don't try to make it open world if it doesn't work. I liked most of the bosses in the game. Some of them felt like bullet sponges, and I just had to keep shooting them with my normal beam blaster rather than like finessing my way around. The early game bosses I felt like were stronger in terms of concepts and design than the late game bosses. I especially didn't like Silux or the Omega Griever or whatever it was. Those were my least favorite bosses in the game because they really were just bullet sponges, and you just had to keep dodging their attacks while pelting them with your normal charge or normal beam or charge beam, and there was very little finessing involved. You kind of just had to brute force it. Some of the bosses in the game didn't have that. Like, they were always open to attack, but it was up to you to like find, well, they weren't always open to attack, but it wasn't one of those things where like you just had to wait a while for them to reveal their weak point. Like, if you could finesse your way around and like, you know, take advantage of their openings, you could always damage them. Silux and the Omega Griever or whatever it was, I can't remember what it was actually called, but those just felt like poor implementations. So I didn't like those bosses. That said, Metroid Prime 4 had some pretty solid Metroid gameplay. It's absolutely got its flaws. I've been yammering about that for a little while now. But I don't think it's a bad game. Like I said earlier, I think it earns that 78 Metacritic score pretty handily. I think that's very appropriate. And that doesn't mean bad. Bad game, I would say, is anything less than 5. Or anything 5 or below, rather. Maybe even 6 or below. Like, anything below a 6, I would consider mediocre at best to bad. 78 is not a bad game. I wouldn't like to get that on a test. But this isn't a test, this is a video game. And I don't know, I think 78 makes it a pretty decent game. Again, I feel like that 78 is justified because most of the time I was having a good time playing the game. I was pretty satisfied by, you know, the standard Metroid Prime gameplay, and those really are its strong suits. Some of the boss encounters are great, some of them not so great, but I had a good time with most of them. The bike had a real coolness factor to it that I really enjoyed. But I feel like there's too much wrong with this game. Especially, like, well, maybe not especially, but I really did not like how the ending broke down. I mean, when I saw the last cutscene after the end credits, I was more satisfied. And then we saw the Silex thing for the 100% completion of the hard mode, gameplay, and it's like, that just enraged me. I feel like there were a lot of loose ends that I am quite upset with having been left unresolved. Like, what happened to the troops in the fight that was happening at the very beginning of the game? What happened there? I don't know. But I have a lot of mixed feelings on the game. And for that, I absolutely will agree with the assessment that it is definitely worse than Metroid Prime 1 and Metroid Prime 2. I don't know about Metroid Prime 3. I remember Metroid Prime 3 definitely having its own sticking points. I've been wanting to go back and replay that game just to really compare the two. Metroid Prime 3 and Metroid Prime 4, but they are absolutely competing for last place in the Metroid Prime series. And given that we had to wait for over 8 years, 8.5 years from announcement to actual game release, we felt so hyped up on it for such a long time, and right at the finish line, it fell flat. It did not measure up to what we were hoping it would be. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond is a pretty good game. But when it's Metroid Prime we're talking about, pretty good isn't good enough. And I do worry about the future of this series of games, the Metroid Prime games. I don't know if they're going to make another one after this. And maybe that won't be such a bad thing. Maybe they try to do something different with Metroid, or the 3D Metroid games, I should say. They're killing it with the 2D ones lately. Well, the last few have been really, really good. For the most part, I think the 2D Metroid games are where it's at. Metroid Prime series has been good up to this point. I will say, if this is the last Metroid Prime game, it's kind of, well, it's very much a weak note to end on. But at the same time, if it only goes downhill from here, it might be time to hang up Metroid Prime, leave it here, and maybe try something new. Maybe try something new with Metroid in 3D. I don't know. It kind of seems like a crazy idea to me, and Metroid Prime is such a special series to so many people. Kind of feels sad to recommend that they leave it here, that they end the Metroid Prime series here, and if they want to do more 3D Metroid, maybe try something new. I don't know that I'm necessarily opposed after this game, especially, again, if it gets better from here, great. If it keeps going downhill from here, not so great. I really don't know. And I feel like, unfortunately, that is the effect that Metroid Prime 4... I feel like that's the effect that Metroid Prime 4 has had on the Metroid series, like, on the Metroid Prime series anyway, is that now the future of this sub-series is very much in question. Time will tell what awaits for the future of 3D Metroid. Or if anything does. And that does not feel like a very good note to really end my final thoughts on. Again, I had fun with the game. But unfortunately, the stain that it kind of leaves on the series is so much bigger than itself. It casts a shadow on the rest of the Metroid series than it itself. Like, it's a bigger problem than this game is just pretty good. The reception has been quite mixed, leaning toward negative. Are we going to see more Metroid Prime? Kind of stinks that this is how it has to end, if that is the case. I don't know. Ultimately, would I recommend that you try this game? Again, I don't know. I guess it really depends on how big of a fan of Metroid Prime you are. Like, are you a super fan of the Metroid series and want to try every game? By all means. It's not a bad game. But does a game like this, does a Metroid Prime game have to measure up to the other Metroid Prime games in the series, especially 1 and 2, for you to be satisfied? I don't think that you're going to miss a lot by skipping this one. If you'd rather that Metroid Prime be the legacy sort of game series that you hold so dear, if you don't want any game to, you know, if you don't want any of the Metroid Prime games that are substandard to stain what you think of the Metroid Prime games, probably skip this one. Otherwise, for anyone else, I would recommend that you, as funny as this sounds being a Nintendo game, maybe wait for a sale. It's got enough going wrong with it that I would be frustrated, and I kind of am frustrated that I spent $70 on the game. Remember, I bought the Switch 2 edition, but I played it on Switch 1. Worth the 70 bucks? I don't know if it's worth the stress that I put on myself and the anger that the game brought to me. Or brought out of me. I'm so torn. For the first time in a long time, I don't know if I want to recommend that you play Metroid Prime 4 or a Metroid Prime game or a Metroid game in general. I love the Metroid series. But it does pain me to say I don't think I can really recommend this one. It's good enough that I don't think that you'll hate your experience with the game, but it's not good enough that you're gonna miss a lot by missing out on this one. I guess that's pretty much the only recommendation, or the only accolades I can give to this game is it's just good enough that you'll probably enjoy it. For the most part. I did. But it's not a must-play game. I think that's the best way that I can possibly say this. The whole wrap-up thing, I had fun with it, but it is not a must-play. So I guess it's up to you if you want to play this Metroid Prime game. Again, it's not a must-play, and I don't think you'll be missing out on that much. I had fun with it, but it's not a must-play. I think that's where I'm going to leave it. Grinding for health and missiles in the original Metroid on NES. Yeah, I hated that too. What's sequence breaking, says Blues Cat. And Chris explains, it's when you explore the area without the upgrade necessary to get to that area. My preference with, Chris is right. It's basically when you essentially skip an upgrade or a power-up or something. Like, one of the famous examples is, getting the double jump early in Metroid Prime 1. Like, on the GameCube, I think that you could, like, get to the double jump boots early in the game, and then you could skip some other stuff later that, you know, a double jump was required for. that you would normally have to come back for. You could just do it right then and there. Super Metroid had a lot of that going on. Metroid Dread even had a little bit of it. Like, I got to the one boss that gives you, like, the scatter shot or something like that. You're not supposed to get to him before you have the space jump, and I used the Shine Spark to get to him before I got the space jump, and rewarded myself with a much more difficult boss fight. That's an example of a sequence break. I heard you can beat Zelda without getting the sword first, which is a sequence break. Yeah, technically that would be a sequence breaking. My preference with the media as a whole, says Chris. If the media rating got below 7 stars, or IMDb or 70, so below 70%, then expect some mediocrity or downright bad, or you'll get a media that's so bad it's good. Better than the actual Federation Force on 3DS. Yeah, 100%. As far as the Metroid games go, this is not the worst one. Okay, yeah, definitely not. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is not the worst Metroid game. But it might be the worst Metroid Prime game. Well, anyway, I think that's where I need to leave it, guys. That's pretty much my final thoughts. I can't really think of anything else. Like, that's pretty much my thoughts on Metroid Prime 4. And I will say, we've been looking forward to this game for so long. I'm glad I finally got a chance to play it. But I don't think I'll be returning to this game anytime soon. I've got other games that I think I will enjoy much more than a second playthrough of this. Like, I'm gonna finish Donkey Kong Bonanza. Maybe I'll actually work on my video. But I don't have much of a desire to come back to Metroid Prime 4. Maybe someday. But I really don't feel the need to do it now. Well, that's where we're leaving it, guys. That was my live streamed playthrough of Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Regardless of how the game turned out, I had a lot of fun streaming this game, and I'm glad that you guys came along for the ride, and I hope you guys had a good time too. So, yeah. Thank you again for tuning in, guys. Hope you had a good time. If you enjoyed it, and if you haven't already, feel free to like and subscribe. Feel free to hit that bell icon so you'll be notified whenever I go live or post a video. Join the Discord if that suits your fancy. It's where you can most easily and most reliably get in touch with me. I love chatting with the fans there. It's where I update you on my streaming schedule and what I'll be streaming next. You can recommend games for me to play. I've got a running list, like 40 games long, of games I want to play at some point, but, you know, feel free to add to that list. I'm always looking for more ideas. You can recommend music for the intro and outro of the live stream. Yeah, you can chat about whatever games you're playing there. Post pictures of your food or your own artwork. That's a lot of fun. We've got a lot of talented artists in our midst. And, yeah, just generally a good time there, so feel free to join if that sounds fun to you. I do have a poll going on there. Whenever I post a poll, that's normally where I'll put it. Sometimes, if one's big enough and important enough, I'll put it on my YouTube page. But right now, I have a poll going on, and it will be going on for a couple of weeks yet. It looks like I know the outcome, but, you know, enough of you guys jump in the Discord, you can change the outcome. After the next stream series, and I'll get back to that in a minute, but after the next stream series, in like 2 or 3 streams, I'm asking you guys if you'd like me to return to my Hollow Knight Silksong playthrough. I streamed it for about 5 episodes, and then Metroid Prime 4 came out, so... Oh no, Yoshi's Woolly World. I wanted to do the Yoshi's Woolly World revisit after its 10th birthday, and then Metroid Prime 4. But it's been a while since I've played Hollow Knight Silksong, and the poll is asking if you'd like me to go back to that after my next stream series while we wait for Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. So feel free to hop in and check that out. And the next stream series, guys, is something special. Recently, I had an indie developer join the Discord, and they actually DM'd me and provided me a copy of their new indie game, Kyrax Fortress. It is apparently a 2D action platformer inspired by Yoshi's Island, and I'm looking forward to checking it out. So that's going to be the next stream, or 2 streams, Kyrax Fortress on Steam. I'm really looking forward to trying that one out, and I hope you guys are looking forward to seeing me play it. That stream should be next Friday, starting around 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, give or take half an hour or so. And yeah, I hope you guys look forward to that stream. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys again on next Friday, or in the Discord until then. So, guys, that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching this stream series of Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Thank you for hanging out with me. It's been a lot of fun. I always enjoy chatting with you. So, in the meantime, have a good week, and hopefully, we'll see you next time. See you guys.